Hey everybody, I'm back with another video. I am going to be talking about the Joe Budden and Nicki Minaj interview. Stay tuned. Okay, so before I jump off into the video, whatever, if you are new to my channel, welcome. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment on the video. Click the notification button to be in tune with new videos that I have coming up. If you are a subscriber already, thank you for your continued support and keep supporting. I have my giveaway going until next Monday, which is the 14th, for 2 people, as my way of saying thank you guys for helping me reach 50 subscribers. So all you gotta do is just check that video out that I made regarding the giveaway and its rules and everything, and get your answers put into the comments. So when Monday comes, I will be doing a video selecting my winners. So now that I got that out the way, let's get into the good stuff. I was actually pleased to watch this video. It was a very pleasant, informative video. Y'all, excuse my heat. It is on a timer and it's so loud. But it was very informative. It was very pleasant to watch. Joe knows how to host an interview session. I'm not even going to deny that. He knows how to host an interview session. Now, if you guys don't remember, a couple of years back, when Joe had his podcast, Nicki Minaj was on there. And it was kind of, for me personally, it was kind of cringy. Like, it was just not a good atmosphere, I should say. So, I was shocked that Nicki decided to, reach out to Joe and say, I wanted to do an interview with you, or sit down with you, and we could talk about some things, discuss some things, whatever the case may be. And let me just start off about how everybody looked. Joe looked really nice. He was just in a regular, a t-shirt, jeans, and some green shoes, because he had on a green shirt. So he's in green and black. And Nicki, girl, and them shoes, yeah, that whole outfit was just on point for her. I love the setting. The setting was very, very intimate, very, very quiet. And I love those type of interviews because that means you're making it more personal for the people that's watching. And it makes us feel like we are there and we, like we're there. So I thought that was a good touch. So it was almost 2 hours, if I'm not mistaken. It was almost 2 hours. And I ain't gonna lie, I was having a hard time standing up trying to watch it, but I made it through. But I did write down some key moments that they talked about, discussed, and everything like that. Some things that I agree with, whatever the case may be. But it was just a really, really, really good interview. So, Joe opened up the interview and he pretty much was like, where should he start with her? And then he went back in time to where Nicki, they was a part of a cipher or something like that. And, he was just, I guess maybe that was probably like his first time meeting her, or whatever the case may be. But he ended up going further and saying, when I recently went to your Instagram page, you had posted a 2008 photo of Nicki versus a 2022 photo of Nicki. And he pretty much said, what would you say with this Nicki to that Nicki? So pretty much, what would you say to your younger self? And she pretty much was like, she should have appreciated things more. She should have appreciated herself more, her look and all that stuff. So I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. And like y'all, I have a whole lot of stuff, so bear me if it takes me a minute to read this stuff. She mentioned getting, butt shots and not actual surgery, whatever the case may be. And she remembered, back then how Lil Wayne used to have a lot of different girls in the studio sessions and whatever the case may be who had big asses and stuff like that. And that's kind of like where it all started for her, from what I gather. By him having all those females there, they were the musical muse for Lil Wayne, whatever. So eventually they kind of rubbed off on her, and in her mind, she felt like that's how it was supposed to have been or whatever. And so Joe ended up speaking and saying, like, nowadays, in order to be a female rapper, you have to have a starter kit, which means you got to, rap provocative. You got to have a fat ass. You got to pretty much wear little to no clothes and, stuff like that. Let's see. Nicki has been in the game as the only female rap artist for a long time. It was about like a 10-year run, maybe, before other female artists started coming aboard. And she said that at that time when she came out, social media just started popping. So she was really like one of the first artists to really get shitted on all the time when social media started popping. When she was talking about getting her butt shots or whatever, she was talking about how insane it was that she didn't consult with a professional, but just like a random person, whatever the case may be. So she really didn't go off into all that stuff about her body and all that type of stuff. She said as today she don't really think that it's really the men now that makes a female think that this is what she has to have and what she needs to do in order to make it in the industry. She says she thinks it's a lot of females who think that that's what they have to be in order to make it in the industry. They spoke about, the courts are trying to make it a bill or a law to include rap lyrics to possible cases leading to murder or whatever the case may be. And they both was like, that's just insane, because if you, and they used Bruce Willis as an example. Not Bruce Willis. Was it Bruce Willis? Yeah, Bruce Willis. They used him as an example. And she pretty much was like, you would not be trying to go to court to have a law passed for movie directors who put killing and stuff in their movies, and these actors that portray these movies. You wouldn't go to try to get a law passed because you think it's a possible, or it's related to some type of murder or whatever. You're not singling out actors and what they portray in movies. So why would you single out rap artists because of their rap lyrics? So she would, saying, if y'all get what I'm saying. She just is not found. She's not fond of that situation. And honestly, I don't. I don't think that it would even be beneficial, honestly, because who in their right mind would be snitching on themselves? Who in their right mind will be snitching on their homies? Well, I don't know because I'm not an artist. I don't know. But anywho, let's keep going. Nicki was like, rap is like pretty much the only culture, music culture, that gets targeted for everything. Because you don't hear that about hard rock, you don't hear that about rock, you don't hear about country, you don't hear about heavy metal, you don't hear about all these other musical cultures being attacked for what they're saying. Because let's be honest, if you listen to a lot of these other culture songs close enough, they be saying some wild shit. But however, because it's rap and it's hardcore and it's gangsta and it promotes violence and sexuality and all that type of stuff, the black culture gets the target on their back all the time. So Joe started talking about Eric Adams. So Eric Adams is supposed to be the New York mayor, and he mentioned that his son had him listen to some drill music. I don't know what drill music is. If somebody knows what that is, put it down in the comments and let me know. School your girl. But pretty much he was not fond of it. He said that it was dangerous music and it needs to be abolished, and whatever the case may be. But if that's not your type of music that you listen to, you're gonna think that it's something wrong with the music. But you won't know unless you educate yourself. They talked about that a little bit. Joe asked Nicki about longevity as a female rapper, because like he's like rock and roll is like 10 times longer than rap artists, especially female rap artists. Nicki says she has been in the business basically since 2007. And she talked about how female rappers never really get their just due, because a lot of the female rappers before her should have been retired as moguls. And I agree. But at the same time, the times were different, and she spoke about that. She said that the times were different, so their opportunities are not like my opportunities. We have a lot more opportunities with social media and stuff like that. So those artists should have had mogul status based off what they were offered. She said back then a lot of female artists weren't getting paid $1 million for a show. So it's just different times. And let me just say this right here right now. Nicki gave recognition to Little Kim. She spoke about her and about the Vogue magazine or something like that, some type of Vogue magazine. And she said that Kim should have been on that cover because she is indeed a huge influencer of the culture, especially of rap, female rappers. She is an influencer. So Nicki gave her roses. Okay? So I'm going to need y'all to stop talking about, oh, Nicki don't give props to Lil Kim did before Nicki. She don't never recognize Lil Kim. She just did. Be quiet about it. You don't want to hear about it no more. She done gave her flowers. Now let Nicki move on. Let Nicki live her life. Let's see. So she was talking about how, the ones before her should have some type of mogul status. They should be on the Jay-Z mogul status type level, whatever. And since there is no female rappers like that, she says she wants to be the first. And she actually already is, in my opinion. She actually already is, because if you can do a 10-bid run like that with no females in the game to go against you competitively, you a mogul. Just off that alone, in my opinion. So, so she talked about missing moments and creating moments. I forgot what Joe had asked her, but she was pretty much talking about, this one time when her brother had graduated and her mom didn't inform her that he was graduating, and she was yelling and going off because her mama didn't let her know, because she said her mama said she didn't think that she wanted to be bothered. And Nicki's like, no, that's my little brother. I'm his big sister. How did he feel when he didn't see his big sister at his graduation? She's like, I was in Europe at that time, but I would have rearranged my whole tour schedule just to be there for him. And she's like, they don't think that we need that. We need those moments. We need those memories. She's like, I need that. And they do, because a lot of times they be on the road so much, working, that they seem to lose sense of self, that individuality, that sense of family. So memories and moments like that matters. So the next thing Joe asked her, what needs to be added for her to feel like she has reached mogul status. So she goes on to talk about, beauty stuff like hair and cosmetics and clothes and stuff like that. So I think she has some things in the works that we will eventually know about. So I'm excited to, see what she got cooking, whatever, because I know she had the perfume, line or whatever the case may be. But she's venturing off into other things that's going to keep revenue coming in. So can't wait to see that. She spoke about the Queen album and how it was received well. Joe was like, it was received well, but it wasn't put out correctly. So I'm assuming the marketing part of it wasn't done correctly. So maybe that's what is meant, that it wasn't put out correctly. Or maybe the structure of the album wasn't put out the way that she wanted it to be put out. I'm not really sure, but I think she was proud of her project, but I don't think she was proud of her project, if that makes sense. She mentioned that they wanted her to lower her creative standards as far as rapping, so that I guess other females could compete or other females can feel comfortable. And she was like, you wouldn't ask Michael Jordan to not make so many 3 points in a game. You would not tell a professional person who is skilled in their profession that, oh, you're rapping, it doesn't matter, they're gonna like it anyway, so really don't put too much effort into it. You're not gonna tell Michael Jordan not to put too much effort into trying to win a game. You're not gonna tell Mike Tyson not to put in too much effort to knock a motherfucker out. Okay? This is their profession. They have to have techniques in order to get that win. So it's the same thing as rapping. You gotta have a technique. You can't lower your standards to make other people feel comfortable. And I agree. You have to be able to stand out from everybody else. And she touched on that too. She pretty much was like, when she came out with her 2 new songs, Do We Have a Problem and Bust It, because she didn't have a lot of songs. Well, she didn't pretty much haven't put out any music or whatever. And she has been listening to what's been going on. And, a lot of artists are having that same sound. They on that same wavelength, they same trend. And she did not want that. Because if you constantly be on the same trend, she said, if you constantly be on the same track or the same type of track, same trend, you become faceless. In other words, you don't have no personality. You don't have no identity in this industry. Nobody will know who you are creatively in the industry because you're following the trend because you think that's what's going to make you the quickest money. Money is good, but longevity is better because longevity can continue to help you create revenue. So she spoke about that. I'm trying to skim through this, y'all, because I really don't want to be on here too long. Let's see. I know I talked about that. She mentioned Queen Radio. She said that she took Queen Radio to another company and to be expecting a press release or a press run in a couple of weeks. So I'm excited about that because I used to watch Queen Radio and it used to be good to me. And I'm just excited because that means she's going to be coming with new content. She's going to be coming with new perspectives of things. She's going to be coming with a more mature, humble personality now that she's a mother and that she's a wife. So I'm really excited to see what she's going to be talking about on Queen Radio. She is working with a director on a movie that is supposed to be coming out. She can't really talk about it, but it's something that's, I guess it's something definitely different from what she did with Barbershop. So I guess this is more of a serious type role movie or whatever. So I'm excited to see what she got, what's going to happen or whatever. She mentioned how on Chung Lee, the song Chung Lee from the Queen album, how she got a Fendi deal because she mentioned Fendi prints on, because she said she went, was it Italy, Paris, one of them, wherever Fendi is located, she went there and she wanted the Fendi prints on, whatever. Because she was like, they was telling her that ever since, I guess she mentioned Printy Fence on, people has been buying the Printy Fence, whatever, because before the song, they sales was not hitting like that. But after her song, they sales went up, and she said that they didn't show that the sales went up, and they thought that they were going to have to get rid of that collection. But Nicki was like, but I was moving towards that collection while they was trying to push away from the collection. So when Nicki said Fendi prints on, the sales went up, and they rethought that process because now everybody want Fendi print. So that's how she got her deal with Fendi or whatever the case may be. She mentioned something about Kim Kardashian. I guess they was at some type of gala or awards or whatever, and she seen that Kim Kardashian had this long black wig on with a middle part or whatever. And she said she pretty much told her team, I want my hair to be down to the feet. And she said the team did that, but she still didn't get her props for that because who has had a wig all the way down to their feet. So it was probably like 60 inches or some shit. So she talked about that. And by the way, I know where one of them wigs came from too, but I ain't gonna say it because that was my vendor at a point in time. But that's neither here nor there. So Joe asked her about her legacy today versus her legacy when she is done. And he was pretty much like, the way that she talks, he can sense motherhood. She's beaming with motherhood the way that she's talking or whatever, and he can sense it and feel it and all that type of stuff. And she was like, motherhood has really grounded and changed her mentally, and I can actually see that too, because I think she she's definitely a little bit more into politics. Maybe not as much, but I never really heard her talk about politics like I have her talk about politics now. It's like she's paying more attention to what the fuck is going on. Let's see. They talked about the Grammys for a minute, and she was just like, she don't understand who these people are that are voting for these songs and everything like that for people to get Grammys or whatever. Because the lady that's over it, she's really, really old. She doesn't have time to keep track of all the rap artists and all that type of stuff and what songs they got out and what albums they got out. So there is a circle around her to inform her about who is who and what is what and what's going on. And they are the ones that are able to convince a person to be nominated or actually win a Grammy or whatever. So they talked about that. And Joe was like, can you tell the barbs to stop coming for me? Because it's a select few that just keep coming for me. I need you to go ahead and tell them, leave me alone. It's all cool over here. Be cool. And so Nicki pretty much was like, y'all got to chill, because when nobody was speaking up for me, he spoke up for me regarding the Grammy situation or whatever the case may be. And she told her story and all that good stuff. I'm not going to go through all the story, but she just pretty much like, me and Joe, we cool. Y'all need to chill. Let's see. So it was a lot more, obviously, but I just touched on some of the things that just caught my attention the most. And before they ended, they started talking about being parents. They started talking about their children, their babies and stuff, which was a great touch to end the interview. And Nicki was talking about how Papa Bear Papa Bear be giving her a run for her money. That's all that is. She talked about how she tried to make a timeout chair. That baby is 1 year old. He what? He is in his curious stages, Miss Nicki. He is not about to sit down for 5 minutes and not do nothing. That's not about to happen. So I just thought that was a nice little touch. They talked about they babies and all that good stuff, and the interview pretty much was over. Now, if you want to know everything that they talked about, go ahead and watch the interview. Just type in the search box Joe Budden and Nicki Minaj, and it should pop up. It should be the first thing to pop up. So this is my review of the interview. It was a good, clean, fun interview. I liked the way that they were able to talk and the other listen and then speak when the other one was finished. Like, that's how you have a good dialogue. That's how you have a good, mature conversation. You can't have a conversation where everybody's trying to talk over everybody, because nobody is going to be heard if you do that. You have to talk in order to understand, in order to listen. So, good job, Joe Budden. Good job, Nicki. I cannot wait to see this movie that you got coming out or working with the director for. I can't wait for you to really, in the next couple of months, see what you got rolling out or whatever. So, yeah. So, I'm going to end this video right here, you guys. I hope you guys like this content. And I know I said I was going to do the video for growing up hip hop, but I just thought that this was more interesting. So I'll probably do one more video before the end of the night. If I don't find nothing interesting to talk about, then I'll probably go ahead and do the growing up hip hop. I'm so over them. But I hope you guys enjoyed this content, this video. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazzy stuff. Don't forget about the giveaway. And I will see you guys on the next video. Bye-bye.